Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm an exercise enthusiast, and for the purposes of this video, I'm really glad I walked by frequently, stopped occasionally, listened in, and occasionally had to fix the computer in the statics class at UCF Engineering. I think maybe even just that little bit of being around it had some influence. I wish I had more time in the dynamics class, but they didn't have enough computer problems. Maybe that was an issue. Okay, what I'm going to show for you, not just some upper body exercises, but some other static exercises I've come up with. And I want to talk first about how I do this. Pushing against something as hard as you can, that may be isometric, but it is not static exercise. There's a little bit of a difference, actually a big difference, but for most people it's a little bit of a difference. Um, Pushing against an immovable object as hard as you can with good effort, it will get you some benefit. Is it better than doing nothing? Maybe. Um, I'm not going to say don't do it. Just make sure you do it safely. But there are better ways of positioning your body for really good static exercise, really productive static exercise. Um, where your body is, ideally somewhere in the in the mid range. Easiest way I do this is I divided the range of motion up into thirds. First third, let's just use bicep curl. This would be the first third, second third, third. Okay, so usually right at the somewhere between that where the thirds meet, right in this range is a good area to exercise in. And sometimes like on leg extension, you want it more little favoring the direction of extension, and on some others, um, tricep, you want it favoring the a little more towards flexion. So each muscle, the biomechanics, the position you're in, the position, the resistances, there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. And I, I wish I could say I had a system or a formula of doing this. I hope someday to have something like that, but I don't. I'm really kind of just going off of how I see things in my mind. I put my body in the air in the right position and then move it around and figure how can I put these things around me in that position. That's what I do. So let's start with the first one. I was working on trying to get a row, had different versions of it, and this is the final solution I came up with. So uh, this is Nancy, and you can see these are forearm forklift straps. And let me talk first a bit about each position here. This is, let's just go to the, here is the motion. From here, you're going to pull it back. I think this is the mid-range. It would be the mid-range position. This is a machine version of that. I think the same company. All right, let's just start on here, and I'll explain it as I go. I want to show from the pure start of the setup. I didn't want to just have it halfway done and leave people guessing. I want to show you how I arrange these straps. Um, One strap has to be the anchor, and then you have your, I guess, fulcrum and then resistance strap. So what I'm going to do, this is for seated row. And I forgot I had my socks on. This is for seated row. You're going to put the anchor straps on first. And did I? Yeah. No. That's not where they go, Danny. Oh no, it is where they go. Okay, okay. Yeah, those are the anchor set for that. The bench press you'll see in a moment. The bench press is anchor on the other side. Or is it? Maybe not. All right, so now you have your anchor strap. Loop the other one through. This is my Spanish shirt. I've been listening to Spanish more recently, trying to learn and practice. You want to get the straps as even as possible if you want them to be even. Again, you want to get pretty close. There's your anchor point, and I put them in position. Now, here's the thing about these straps. I didn't discover this until I started to use it. I like it better than holding something. I like it a lot better. All right, now, the good thing about the straps is you wind up with many positions. First position. Oh, did it? What does this thing? I did not have it do that. I got to fix my phone. All right, that's the full position. This is difficult to maintain. It's actually pretty hard to maintain that. I would call that the easy position, or like where the cam would fall off the most. This is what I call the money position. This is the position you want to exercise in 80% of the time, that mid-range position. And each one of these, I can produce full effort. This exercise, I wanted to show it first because this is the best one I've done so far. This is the best one. My hands are fully engaged here. The resistance is on here. It's not in my grip. I don't have to even really hold my hand closed to produce full effort. And then I want to show you how to take it down. Don't know why it zoomed in on me. Okay. So let me back up. Ah, okay. That's pretty good. It zoomed in on my hand. Let's do that again. My hand, how you put your hand down here, this would be somewhat, I think it's called an acrobat grip. I've always called it an acrobat grip. Um, you can pretty much hold your hand open and still keep full, but you can produce full effort and it does not hurt your hands. It's much better on your hands than gripping a bar. Like I said, you have 3 different positions to choose from on that one. And same for other people. Now you can change the position even more by changing the top strap, and I will show that in a moment. The next exercise, I'm going to show, this is the acrobat grip. When it's like that, and you can see it over here too, the way it holds on your hand, I'm just keeping my hand closed around it. I don't really have to hold tight. It's pretty cool. I like that. All right, next exercise, bench press. This one is not my favorite. It's okay. It's good enough for use. On pulling exercises, the straps, they stay pretty taut. I don't know why this is so much more or emphasized more on pushing exercises. Push in any direction, you get a vibration. I'll call it twang. Um, the bench press at the moment still has too much twang. Um, all right, another problem. I want to be seated up if possible. Problem with being seated up is the weight of your arms. You hold your arms up. If you just even hold your arms in this position, you're going to get tired, even if you have a strap. Now, ideally, these straps right here there would be something back here, and the strap would come over it. That might help with pressure. I don't really feel it that much, but I think it adds to the twang. And I want to get rid of the twang. I'd prefer to have something solid to push against. But this is adjustable. This is usable. I can get pretty damn close to full effort. Here's me working with a client on it. This is a practice client. I'm trying to redo my skills. And okay, here we go. This is the longest video because I want to show all the different ways to set it. Now, this is the bar of a commercial width pull-up bar. I have one of those chin-up bars that I used when I was working at UCF. I put in the doorway and just did a chin every time I went through the doorway. This bar is too big for homes, so I use it for things like this. A little bit of background about why I'm doing things this way. I'm not saying this is the best way to do these things. This is not. This is just I was forced into a project of using what I had to create as many useful, good exercises as possible. I'll show a little bit later a picture of all the different stuff. It's not much. Anyway, so you get them type. All right, so I want to show, I went too far on purpose. I want to show if you have the setting on both the anchor and I can't call it movement arm because it's not a movement arm. On that movement part or whatever it is. Okay, arms are too straight. This is not going to work. Now I pull them in. So I can get my arms straight. So you got an idea of how this is supposed to work. Still, I don't know why. So there's too much movement there. If you have any kind of movement there, it shouldn't do it. The weight of your arms should the angle that the straps are coming down from your shoulder to here. The weight of your arms in whatever position they are in, you should be able to just kind of relax and it stay there. When you push, it's going to want to go this way. That's not a good thing. So ideally, you want to be upright enough so that the weight of your arms, when you push, it stays in place. There's a balance there that you got to kind of find. And on some people, the angle of the seat pad may be a little further back, and on some other people, a little more up. Also depends on the weight of the arms. That's why I don't like this version of this exercise completely. If I had something else better, I'd use it. I'm not going to go into why I'm doing all these. I got a perfectly good set of power blocks back there. Look at some of my other videos. I'm dealing with prostate cancer and training as best I can with what I got, but also trying to train somebody. Yeah, so the project came from because I'm cancer broke, medically broke, I had to use what I had. And I was like, all right, how can I take these items that I have and create quality static setups? And by quality, I mean you are fully enabled or enabled as much as possible to produce full effort in that position. Now, there are some positions in an exercise that is just really difficult to produce full effort. On the row, all the way back positions, it is really difficult to maintain full effort in that position. Right here, it's a lot easier, and up here, even easier. So it depends on where your body is positioned as to whether or not you can actually achieve enough effort to stimulate the muscle. One of the interesting. Okay, so this is a little better. This would be a position I would use. and the weight of my arms kind of bouncing. Now you can see a little bit of the twanging going on there. You can see a tiny bit of it. That is enough. It is just enough twang to bring it down under fully enabled effort. This, I would say, this device does not complete, or this setup, not device, this setup does not completely enable full effort. That twang it's enough of a distraction, and it's enough that you can tell you're not able to give full effort. So I'm still going to work on a better bench press setup or chest press setup. This is good enough. I'm getting really good results with it, but I know I can do better. I know I can do better. Um, I've got to stay with what I got. After I kind of, well, I really have no choice. Um, Unless packages arrive magically at my door of items to try, yeah, I'm going to be using what I got to try to figure out. So I will work on a better. Now, okay, this is the position I use the most. I have very little twang here. Now, when I'm pushing, it is pushing me down in the seat just a little bit, but it's more feels like almost like a roller coaster ride thing. It's like holding you in place. It's not compressing, so it's not that bad at all. You do notice it, and I would say it's a slight distraction, and then you just undo everything. You can also go to a very stretched position. And I'm going to show, so I changed the anchor. I don't know if it showed that, but I'm going to change this part. And it's going to be a little different. I think do we do it right? Yeah. So you want to make sure the straps are tight. Oh, Danny, wrong one. What was the other one? Did I remember? Oh, no, it was that one. Okay, I did change the anchor. So I changed the anchor at my feet, pulled that all in further so I can get a closer in position, get my hands in position. The mid-range points are much easier to control. This one I would use, and I actually do use it occasionally. This is a position where my shoulders bother me. So on any chest press exercise, that's a position. So I'm kind of using it for a rehab position right now. Okay, let's go. All right, next exercise. I frequent, okay, I have problems with my shoulders because of many years of gymnastics. I have a separated shoulder here, um, second grade, third, or second degree, third, whatever it is, grade 3, grade, uh, separated shoulder. Um, I haven't had surgery, but it's okay. It's this one. I think it was grade 1. It's not nearly as bad. Obviously, I've landed too many times. Uh, I am the only person I know that actually has a curling injury. And the first time I went out curling, I landed on the ice. And I think that was how I got the third final messed up from it. Anyway, because overhead press is too painful to be productive for me, I use this. This, I would call it an alternative exercise to overhead press. I would not call this a primary exercise. Um, if anybody disagrees with me, okay. It For my shoulder situation, it has helped. I'll just say that. So also, the muscles used in that exercise are kind of somewhat similar to a farmer's walk. I'm not even going to go into whether or not this is a good exercise. If you think it is, nothing I say is going to change that. If you think it's not, um, nothing I could say ever would say, oh, this is a good exercise. So I'm just not going to go either way. But I don't do that exercise. All right, so this is what I wanted was a similar type of motion. This one took me a while, so I used the straps with an anchor and I don't know what to call this point. And there is an actual engineering term for it, and I cannot remember at the moment. Um, Other setups I tried, I had the too much pressure coming down the spine, and I can tell because I have back issues. So what I wanted is to divert the pressure going down uh, towards through the shoulders or down this way, down this line. I tried up here, but it was too much of a low row, and I already had a low row. So this winded up being the best position, and this is my preferred shoulder exercise now, and it is really helping my shoulders. All right. Do I have? I will show this one. Let's go quick. So you get the anchor down, bring it up. This goes under. There are various benches like this that it'll probably work something similar. Okay, well maybe if you haven't had a statics class, I don't know. Oh, you engineers who've had statics, you might like this kind of exercise. You'll kind of understand it. This is learn more about time static contraction. Um, what am I saying? You engineers who've had statics, all of you've had statics. Engineers have had statics and dynamics, and those are the only two possible ways to exercise. Yet, no exercise scientist, no exercise physiologist, no exercise PhD has had statics and dynamics. This is a problem. Okay. Those are my body part. Um, I I do use a overhead press that I am experimenting with using the machine I'm going to show you next, but or the dip station. But it's not ready. Uh, with the tools I have, I'm not ready to put that out there. I don't feel confident it would be safe for people. But I am going to work more and more and more on overhead press. Okay, so this is a Medix abdominal machine. Now, the idea of putting the legs apart is to take your hip flexors out of it, and it does work. This, I thought it was a pretty good machine. I liked it. Excuse me, I burped. Um, it takes a while to figure it out. It takes a while to get it right. Um, when you do get it right, you're like, oh wow, and then you have to kind of lower the weight and you figure it out. And once you figure it out, it works really, really good. But the problem is most people are not patient enough to take the time to figure it out. All right, I'm obviously having some. So here is what it looks like in use. Now I put Nancy, up on the pad to raise it up. That's kind of how you seat height adjustment. I sit lower down in the seat when I do it. Here's the setup. Adjustable bench, the rack dip station, that bar I used for chest press, and a yoga mat. All items I had before I got cancer. Here's another setup. You can even do the seat all the way up. So let me show how this looks. I suggest doing this exercise at the beginning of a workout while you are in the learning phase, and that's going to be a month or two. Use it during the first 3 weeks. I would say try it daily, not to exercise your abdominals, but to just to get it right. Once you get it, just like on the medics one, once you get it, it works really, really well. I was really surprised. Um, this is the one I will probably use with okay, clients. If I have clients, I would use. So the legs go on the outside. That's kind of like how the medics one worked. And then you have the roller pad. Put it up against right here. You can do your hands kind of however you want. Some people like it like this. I kind of like it like this. I tuck my pelvis one way. It's a good contraction. I was really surprised. At first, I thought I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. And then I tried it a few times. And I'm like, this works pretty good. So you can even try a little higher up. So this way you can, I wanted people to see the height difference. So you have a height adjustment. The thing I like about this abdominal exercise and why I wanted an abdominal exercise, I'm not concerned with getting tight abs. I'm not concerned with getting a six pack. I'm a 60-year-old guy. I want strong abs. I want a strong low back. I want a strong waist all the way around. And yeah, I'm working on that. Um, the part about the abdominal exercise, as people get older and older, they still need to have strong abdominals. Whether or not they're even caring about having a six pack ab again. That's not part of older people's reality. Um, Having a strong, functional body very much is part of our reality. So this is an important exercise for people, especially because some people can't lay on the ground. Now, I could think of 100 exercises people can do laying on the ground. There are some people who cannot do that. You don't on this exercise. You don't have to put your legs on the outside. You can put it just on the outside of the bench. If you feel your hips are coming up too much, you can use a yoga belt with a strap, and I'll show you in little bit how to do that. Okay. I do like that abdominal exercise. Next one. Drew wants me to call it lat fly. Okay. This is lat fly. This is the old Nautilus behind neck machine. I've used it a few times. I never really had access to one that I could use regularly. I liked it when I tried it. It felt a bit awkward, but I always wanted one. So I worked kind of hard to figure out a way. This is where I start getting very, very creative with how to set up things. All right, so I have my doohickeys, and I couldn't figure out what to put on them. So this was my solution. These are 2 steel mugs, got for free while I was working. These are pieces of packing things from an envelope, from an Amazon thing. These go inside to secure where it's going to go. Push it on, and then stay secure. These are pool noodles cut so I can do this. These are my pads. I'm going to try to find some other one someday. I'm on what I got to use. This is what I got. This is behind neck exercise. Um, and some people may like to think this easier as simple pull down, simple behind neck pull down. Nautilus behind neck machine was close. What I was trying for. some people who are pretty strong will be able to pick themselves right up. So you will probably need to belt yourself in. If you can pick up the bench and you with that, I'm impressed. I'm sure you can figure out a way to hold the bench down. So I wanted to show people what it looked like straight on. Um, this is a lat exercise I use pretty much um, in my main, I guess, lat workout, pull workout. This is in my pull workout. I'm doing it right now still kind of as a rehab. I don't go full effort frequently, um, mostly because I am working on other shoulder exercises and I want to get my shoulders stronger before I really give full effort again. I'm able to give full effort on that exercise, but I can feel shoulder issues. And so these are two pullover positions, and I did not find my picture of my chairs pullover, but I sit between two chairs. I put my elbows on each corner of the chair, and that is my pullover. Okay, I'll try to find a picture of it. So that is, some people call this simple row. That would be, this would be the pullover position 1. This would be 2, and I call this 3. This position, okay, maybe I did put it, maybe I didn't, okay. This is, would be like on pullover back here. I would say do this at the end of a workout. Um, if you're a pretty strong person, you'll probably pick yourself up a little bit. If you're pretty fatigued from a workout, um, this is a finisher. This would be a decent finisher. I hate that word, but um, when you're doing TSC only, because you're not doing dynamic, you need more positions to exercise. Here, here, here. You don't need here and here at the same workout, but you need different arm positions. You don't need them all in the same workout, but you do need them in your overall workout plan. You can put them in the same workout. It gets tiring. I've tried it. Okay. The next one. This is something um, I was trying many different lateral raises. Where did I put the lateral raise picture? Did I even put it? All right, so let's just even look. Medex. There we go. Obviously, I was looking for it before. So this is not the lateral raise. Come on. There it is. Okay. All right, so this is lateral raise. And this is my attempt to get something close to it. Okay. Upper arm on the pad, hand on the handle. On the lateral raise, upper arm on the pad, hand on the handle. So this is my basically lateral raise device. What I discovered while doing it is it not as only lateral raise. If you do this exercise well, you're pushing out this way and this way. So you're bringing internal rotation. So you're doing this motion. And I like this better than the machine lateral raise. I would probably stay with some version of this. If I had a Medex lateral raise, I would be doing this static exercise at least every other workout. It is really good. This is one of the ones I have been doing to rehab my shoulder better. And it is really, really useful. Let me show the setup for that. There we go. Come on. There. There are these. As roller pads, they're very useful. I wasn't talking to you, Siri. I use SRI, SIRI frequently for reminders to make calendar appointments. I'm trying to do that more and more to be more mindful, I guess, useful. So similar position to lateral raise and the hands in position 2. You can hear it creaking. You can even see it move a little bit. It does have some give to it, which is a little bit of feedback as to your effort, and I like that. It doesn't feel like it's going to break at all. It's pretty sturdy. All right, and the next one is the opposite motion. Where'd that go? Adduction. Yep. So this, I'm just keeping the same position. You rotate the shoulders out. Now this one, I'm going to say focus mostly on your external rotation, not the shoulder adduction. If you do this one correctly, you're okay. Also, you're on this artery here, not completely, but focus more on this one on external rotation. I like this one. This one has worked really well for me. All right. Here, this is everything I am using for what I'm showing you. That's it. There's nothing more than this. If anybody wants a list of that, put a comment. I'll put the list. My chest fly. Okay. This, I was really, really surprised how good of a chest fly this is. This is now my primary chest fly. The yoga block one, occasionally if I do it, I'm going to do it on the bench. I'm going to do it probably in an inclined position, but I have another version for that too. I really like the chest fly. Pretty much all other chest flies bothered my shoulders. And I say bother, they hurt. This does not. I can give complete, full effort with no pain on this one. What I also like is that my body is kind of free floating. I don't have a back pad. Now you can hear it creaking from the effort. And you can see it move a little bit. So, but I'm only giving a few seconds just to, that is not how time static contraction works. Is it just demo static contractions? Where's some others? This is seated dip. This would be something you would use for people who cannot do dips. I'm using it. I am doing this one right now. There are some issues with it I'm not happy with. I'm going to work on that. I like to work out in my pajamas. Give me a break. Okay, this is 40-degree chest fly. This is an alternative to the sitting in the chair, doing it the other way. I like this one leaning over sitting in the chair better because my shoulders are kind of free to move, or my torso is free. It just fits better. I'm not exactly sure why. I do care why, and I will figure it out someday. But that exercise is, here it is. It's pretty easy to set up. You just use that same dip station, the rack dip station with the things on it. You put it like you're putting into a cage or Smith machine thing. You can move it back. You can adjust the position. Get it right. And this, Incline flies are kind of weird. They feel chesty and shouldery at the same time, and just chest and shoulder. Doesn't feel quite chest, doesn't feel quite shoulder. That's why this position is not my favorite. It works good if you want to try it. Um, I use it. I wouldn't say on my chest workout every time. I use it occasionally. That one is okay. All right. Okay. I use the bench like many people for hip raise. For this exercise, you want to use your shoes. I do not like to wear shoes much. I wear socks a lot because I get feet get cold, but I prefer being barefoot. Normal hip raise. I put my hand. I'm not holding on to it. I'm just my palms are bracing. I'm not pushing with my hands. I'm just keeping my hands there so that I keep my body in position. Hip raise. Just a couple of seconds. Pushing through the heel. Now this is an easy one. That one's obvious. That one's kind of now what I do is I alternate the workout. One workout I'll do the hip raise, and then the next workout. No, Danny, it's yeah. Put it back up. Come on. Yeah, good boy. Okay. The next position. This is closer to trunk extension, and if anybody doesn't know what trunk extension, I'll show that in a moment. Hold on. I'll go ahead and show that now. Trunk extension. Okay, so Renex and others had a. Come on, where'd it go? So anyway, you can see had a trunk extension. It was similar to one of the Nautilus low back machines. Here it is and being worked on. So this, what I'm trying to do here is somewhat of the mid-range of that. And when I do this exercise, my glutes are really sore the next day. I was expecting it to mess with my low back. It does not. I can give full effort on it. I am more likely to fatigue out on this one because it's kind of a static contraction and static hold at the same time. You're both pushing and holding your body weight up. So there is much more of a random fatigue there. I can barely last a minute on this exercise. I just use a yoga belt, and these are straps that came with one of the chin bars, so you could do, hip raise. But all right, again, same thing with my hands, push in the same place and up, and I just push as hard, not immediately, but I can give absolute pure full effort here, no problem. Not my back, not in my hamstrings, on my thighs. Works good. And my glutes get sore. Okay, there's that. I'm not really caring how long. This is the one I like a lot. If I was going to have a strength business of any kind, I would definitely have uh, an adjustable bench and something, even if you make it yourself, that can do this. I know there's a portable device that Push or Gusty Matopoulos has that can do this and can measure it. It's expensive. I got the rack when I got this. I got it on Craigslist for $10. At the time they were going for 90. I see them online for 320 now. Oh, inflation. When you do this one, I have found that it really helps to have your heels up a little bit. So you can see how I make it. This also helps it to be even. So keep the heel up on there. So your heels are out. I can't remember the name of it. Is this one the internal rotation or is it the external? I cannot remember. I always get them backwards. It's kind of like, you know, um, this is extension and this is flexion. What? Or no, is this flexion or is this extension? Everybody, it's the opposite of what you think it is. All right, here is whichever one that is, internal or external hip rotation. You can lay back on it and do it also. It does feel a little bit different. Um, I have been trying all the different positions, not in the same workout. Don't do this, by the way. Don't get out of the seat and adjust it. I'm gonna bitch slap myself later on that one. Ran out of my drink. It's the first time I've had a burger in 6 months. This is the other one, the opposite motion. The opposite effort. This is hip abduction. Point the toes out, heel still up. And I'm going to show you how I do hip adduction in this thing. I like the knees apart this far. I've tried 4, it's a little too much. 2, it's not wide enough. 3 seems to be about the best width. That's about where I'm guessing your strength curve on that exercise is going to be at its peak. Okay. This is a weird one. People are going to be kind of like, wait, what? But it works. This is another one. I'm going to give it kind of a little bit better than my bench press solution. It's a little bit, it looks interesting, but you have to really concentrate on maintaining position. I want a better tricep and bicep setup that I don't have to concentrate on maintaining position. Someone asked me, how do I figure all these out? And I looked. I don't know any other answer that's better. I just looked. I stood there and looked a lot. Moved things around, tried it out. So this is tricep press down. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's about as pretty good as a regular tricep press down, maybe even a little better than that. But I feel like it can be better. I feel like I can do better. I want something. I'm like, no, be quiet. I was trying to do a silent, whole silent thing. I'm like, okay, be quiet. I forgot to put the sign video. Okay, so you can see here how the strap, it's just one strap looped over. Tricep press down. Okay. Bicep curl. I know I have it here somewhere, I think. Maybe I don't. I do not. Okay. I do have a bicep curl, but I am not prepared to go into my regular photos for that. All right. That's okay. Let me show you some of the other ones. This is leg extension from the other side. Oh no! That one is not Nancy. I don't think it is. Okay. This is the exercise for pull down. I wanted to show the strapping system I use. This is a pull down option for someone who is not able to pull up their own body weight. And by using the strap, it makes it really, really effective. Um, I am currently working with like a practice client, and this, if anyone wants me to do a video of how to set up this strap, um, it doesn't take, it's really quick, and you can pull it down in one pull, but it's really effective. Okay. All of these setups, when you're pushing against something is not effective. Just randomly pushing against things, trying to get in positions that look like um, free weight exercises, other things. These are not how, that may be how isometrics works, but not true static exercise. That's not how that works. Let me make me bigger here. Here we go. That's not how real static exercise works. Static exercise, for it to be effective, you need your body in the right position. And the right position is based upon how those muscles work. And most human motion occurs in that third that I was talking, that middle third that I was talking about. Um, I'm not going to get into a discussion about the range of motion and stuff like that. Should I do all sides? Y'all can have that discussion. I don't care. I'm just trying to present static setups right now. Um, I would love to have a resource where people can look up things like this. So different setups, how to put together different setups. I would like to have something that just people could use. This is not something I intend to make money off of. That's not a thing. It's not going to benefit me. The setups are pretty good. Some of the row is really good. That's a full straight. You're good to go setup. That's probably better than any machine row, free weight row. It is the best row I've ever done. Just the rest of them, the hip exercises, all that, really good. Very, very good. Um, the bench press, it would be my lowest one. It's still really good. Still better than some of the other setups I've seen that are. Uh, I can, if I had a bench press that I could, power rack, that would be different. But this is what I have. Anyway, anybody have any questions? I have no problem. I will make videos of different other setups if you want me to. Please leave comments. Thanks.